Alright, you're with Al and Biff, and this is Chronicles of a Not Yet Champion Golfer. Technical wisdom Biff is fully out in this video.
Yep.
Basically, I rocked up at his house again with my camera in hand, but kind of just wanted him to look at my golf swing, set the camera up and let it run. So we're looking at my technique, things that I'm working on.
Into the thigh, weight in the heel, open. Straight down it.
Beware that this is very, very technical, and I didn't know whether I was going to put it out or not, to be honest, but people might be interested in it. You might take something out of it if you struggle with the same things that I do.
That's underneath. Got to turn towards the target, Paul. Got to turn towards it. Don't let yourself go that way.
So I go. That's my bad one.
So you see how the shaft steepens?
Yeah.
So that's why your swing direction then follows your club path as well, because then it paths up the right. Exactly.
They have to, and then flip.
Yeah.
Rather than.
So we're trying to get you to. Yeah. So you're trying to keep that angle there. You're trying to maintain that angle with the shaft playing angle there.
Yeah.
And your hands now sit lower.
Yeah.
And your left shoulder stays lower and turns left.
Okay.
There you go.
It's that.
Yeah. So the more left you turn, the more you open.
Yeah.
Effectively, that's what squares the club face. Because the club face then is just dependent on how much you open.
Yeah.
You open too much in the wrong plane, and you'll pull it. You don't open enough and back up, it goes right of you.
Okay.
So you can see how if you tilt, it goes right. If it goes too low and left, it goes left.
Okay.
So it has to have an amount of both elements, really.
Should I start with my hands lower, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Hands lower?
Yeah, but you can actually stand taller in your legs. There you go.
Oh, it feels...
Yeah, so what that's giving you, you're having a bit more spine angle now.
Okay. And keep it there, just open up. Duff it.
Duff it. Perfect. Paul Warren coaching. Striking it lovely, I'll get you to duff it.
Keep them low.
Okay, so you've had a couple go right in a line, so just make sure you open a little bit more now.
So that doesn't look stupid.
No, not at all.
So am I feeling from here like the hips stay back?
Yeah, so if you stand how you want to stand to it, just stand normally.
Yeah.
So from there, to me on this angle, you look a little bit in your heels, with a little bit too much flex in your knees, and then you're a bit too upright with your upper body, which it's just going to let you want to move your hips and pelvis towards the ball, which is not what you want. You want to keep your hips back a little bit. It's better.
Seen a drill that Tiger does. Takes to the top, and then he like goes.
Yeah, it takes pressure off his back.
Like
right, okay. So do that. Just do that exactly what you've just done. Now pull your arms down to the ball and see how much space you've got for your arms to go into.
Yeah, low.
Yeah, you've got loads of room. Now go do completely opposite. So go to the top, and then go to what with your hips. Now you've just got no room for your arms to get left and low.
Yeah. Because
your body's moved towards the actual ball.
That can be why some people like the hosel rockets, can't it?
Absolutely.
Hands go away.
Away, open club face, steep plane, steep shaft plane.
Keep it low.
Yeah.
Going left. Okay. Well, this should be good, eh? Should go a little longer.
Yeah. Cool. That hits the line perfectly.
That was unexpected, that I felt weird. No. You know straight away, don't you?
You do. Just watch your takeaway, it just looks like it's just moving inside a little bit. Nice. Yeah, I think the club's going a little bit in and behind you.
The club's going in this way?
It's going in a little bit on you.
Keep it out a bit more.
Like that, yeah. That'll help you just then move the club left on the way down. If it goes in, you have to throw it over the top to get it left.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to path it up the right.
Okay, yeah. And that looks alright.
Yeah.
Feels horrendous. Oh, felt pure.
Hit the line, baby.
Splash.
Just because we set it on the range, don't panic everyone.
Ah.
That's on the way back there, mate.
That's inside again.
Yeah.
Come on. I know that.
If it goes inside, you're going to lack width in the backswing. If it goes more on plane, you're going to create a bit more width in that backswing as well. Swing direction is very neutral. I'd like to see the swing direction go a little bit further left, but that can be caused as well by the angle of attack. So the angle of attack's only 4.5 down with a wedge,
right? Okay.
Which isn't very steep. So your swing direction should be quite neutral. Really, it's going to be relatively on the arc.
Okay. That's good.
Can you almost feel the difference yourself?
Yeah, that just fit. To be honest with you, that feels a little bit like just sort of almost pulling and holding face.
Yeah, it doesn't have that impression though.
Right, yeah. I mean, you see with the numbers. Yeah, club path 0.6.
So now the club path goes more neutral the more the swing direction goes left.
Yeah.
So when you talk about swing direction, you can talk about hand path if you like. A couple of things with the maths that TrackMan uses. Swing direction, you can, it's basically the way the arc works, so it predicts where the actual swing, which way the swing's going, but then also different to that is where the club head is actually going. Now, if you watch from behind there, if your shaft plane is too steep, now if your shaft plane is too steep, what tends to happen is you get a bit of a match between swing direction and club path, and what happens is you tend to see that when people do exactly what you've just said there, where you go this way, and what happens is the body gets in the way, the shaft stands up, you know you're not going to hit the ball, so you've got to stand up and shaft plane's got to steepen, and then that goes down the right, so both the hands and the club head have then gone down the right, which makes the swing direction and the club head go down the right. The other side of that is if I drop the shaft plane, I can actually get the hands to move left, so you can see how the hands move left, but then as the club head climbs, the club head can actually climb right.
Okay, yeah, swing direction left because the hands have gone left, path is still.
But the club head goes right.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a bit mad,
yeah,
but it's actually all down to shaft plane through the ball. So the shaft plane, the lower you can get a shaft plane, a lot of the time you can actually swing it then more around yourself. You see all the time, swing left, swing left. It's no good swinging left if the shaft plane's wrong, because then everything's just going to go left. The shaft plane's got to be in the correct place so that it stabilises the club face. That's the main goal with everything here. Got to get the club face as stable as possible. If I stand it up too much this way, if I stand it up too much, you can't get any pressure onto the golf shot. You can't get any compression.
Yeah.
You can't get the arms far enough forward in a natural manner. Now, if I drop the shaft plane and have it forward on me, so it looks like that, the lower the hands get, the more natural pressure I can have on the actual shot and the face.
Yeah.
So it looks like the club's de-lofted, but that's just controlling the club face. They can't ever flip on me. It's just not up here. It's down, hands are down, and it's always held and then rotating around me because the shaft plane's shallow enough. So when I'm doing this, I actually like to see the swing direction go left.
Okay.
So when I've got the swing direction going left, with quite a shallow shaft plane angle, I tend to then see the club path become very neutral.
Okay.
So I like to see it sort of half of the angle of attack. So say I've got a minus 5 degree angle of attack, I like to see my swing direction around about 2.5 left.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And that neutralises then the club path. I'll try and demo that, but I'm using your clubs here.
So the more left you then go, the more the attack angle comes down, it stays half?
Yeah, pretty much. So So let's just see what happens.
Oh, you put yourself under pressure with the
I
demo.
have. It's actually quite a good example, this. Basically, angle attack saying it's 4 down, swing direction's 0.7. Okay, that's actually worked really well, this. So 0.7, call that 1.
Yeah.
So it's 1 degree, not far enough left.
Yeah.
My club path's gone 1 degree to the right.
Okay, yeah, so it matches up.
So you see how that matches up?
Yeah.
So angle attack's -4. I needed my swing direction to be at -2.
Yeah.
For my club path to be at 0.
Yeah.
Club path's at 1.
Yeah.
Which means there's not enough. There's 1 degree too much. Not enough swing direction left. So that's only -1.
Yeah.
And the swing and the angle attack's still at 4.
Does it end up in the same place then?
It does, because you can. Then you're down to what you do with the face.
Yeah,
But
okay.
all you're trying to do, well, all I'm trying to do when I'm working at stuff, is I'm trying to make sure that my body and my hands and my arms are working in the same way all the time.
Well, you.
So the
This
only
is
thing
what
that ever
point.
changes then is what you do with the hands.
Yeah.
Is the feely bit. But you've got to have that solid base and understanding that you can just put hands then on top of it.
This swing, right, the other day.
That's a terrible golf swing. Terrible
Well,
golf swing.
it's not, but
Terrible. It's awful.
so this was him the other morning, right? So he's aiming at a little bush down here. I said to him, I said, where are you aiming this? He said, a little bush down there, straight at it. So he hits the shot and it starts about 5 yards right of it and draws back onto the bush. I was like, great shot. He was like, crap swing. What? He was like, crap swing, underneath it. Showing him on camera, yeah, underneath it. Say, bit across the line, underneath it. I said, but then you've got underneath it, and because you've come more into out, you've hit the draw, and it's ended up in the exact same place. You're like,
So-
yeah. Well, that's kind of what you're working towards, isn't it? It's your bad swings.
Yeah, so
Producing the same results.
What I'm trying to do is, if I've got a target, and if I don't open enough, I'll have a bit more of a right start,
Yeah.
and then I just let my hands do the work, and it'll hit a nice little draw. On the ones where I open up and I swing it properly, it'll go dead straight, and I can hold the flight, and it'll just go dead straight.
Yeah.
So I try and work from the right side of the golf course into the centre. I hate if the ball starts left on me, I'm done. That's me swinging it really badly. But with my golf swing, that's never going to happen. If anything, I'm just going to start it a little bit down the right, 2 degrees down the right, with a little draw.
That's the same with every club in the bag.
Apart from driver,
Because you're hitting up.
because you're hitting up the driver.
That's it.
Driver's the only club in the bag that has no relationship with the floor. You don't hit down at, you hit up at driver.
Yeah.
Go on, you're going to hit something longer?
Yeah. A little bit lower. Hip straight back.
Yeah,
You can feel that go left and hold on the club face.
very good.
Fat it every time. Every time. Every time, fat pull.
What was your old email address?
Big fat Al 60. That felt good.
Okay, so that was quite an atypical draw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very good, to be fair. So we should see club path a bit down the right, swing direction quite neutral.
Yeah, club path 1.6 right.
Go on then, do the maths.
Club path 1.6 right.
Yeah,
Attack angle minus 5.2.
yeah,
Swing direction minus 1.8. So that's pretty much almost 1 degree out from half. I know it's a little bit less, but the path has matched up because it's gone 1.5 to the right.
perfect. So you are, yeah, exactly that. So double the swing direction at 1.8, so that's minus 3.6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which leaves you 1.5 effectively away from
Yeah, okay.
angle attack. Angle attack, which is 5.2.
Yeah.
So
The path's gone 1.5 to the right, basically.
that's it. So what that's showing is that's actually showing it's on the arc. It has a relationship.
Yeah.
Whether you continue to swing it like that and just hit a little draw, that's fine. But it's just showing that you've actually, the ball's in relatively the correct place in his stance. He's swinging around himself and it's within the arc. There's nothing funky in there.
That's good. Boring, a bit of funk in there.
Actually, for points of experiment, hit a fade for me, so aim it a bit further left and hold it a little bit more, swing it a little bit further left.
Little fade for you there.
Little fade. So what happens with that?
Club path is 4.6 left.
Yeah.
Face to path 4 open. It's quite a big fade, that, isn't it?
Yeah, so it just missed it right to the target.
Yeah.
But swing direction and angle of attack?
Swing direction is minus 7.7, 7.7 left. Attack angle 5.6 down.
So 5.6 angle of attack.
Yeah.
Half that.
Yeah, 2.8.
2.8.
Good, that one, it quick.
Yeah, very good.
Quick math.
So go on 2.8 off the swing direction, or 2.7.
Yeah, so it makes 5.
And what's your club path? Nearly 5.
Nearly 5 left, yeah.
So again, it's relative to the arc.
Yeah. Okay. This is very, very technical, isn't it?
It is mind-blowing. But it shows the relationship.
Just a complete different interpretation of the numbers, isn't it, that?
But you're only doing this now because you're not your hips aren't going towards the golf ball. If your hips are going towards the golf ball, you can't get that swing direction in the right place relative to your club path and angle of attack.
Yeah.
So that's showing now that your hips are working actually really well because you've got the correct shaft plane impact.
Yeah. Okay. That's knowing my bad shot, that's that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. So you always said with driver, you had the fear of hitting it miles right.
Yeah.
So you try and put more and more power into it.
Yeah.
It's just going over there.
Yeah, wow. Bit of straight one.
Ooh, tough one.
Straight, toughest shot in golf, that. Stay straight. Stay straight.
It's
Go
going
in.
to be very good.
Go in. Go in.
Go on then.
Go in. Wow.
I can just giggle to myself.
Face to path 0.3. Club path. Club path minus 0.2. Face path 0.3. Swing direction 2.9 to the left. Attack angle 4.6 down.
So roughly half, and then a very neutral club path. So if anything, swing direction's a little bit too far left, and the club path's a little bit too far left.
That's if you're talking, if anything, perfection.
We're talking 0 point something of a degree.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
But that's very, very good.
It's funny when you're trying to do something, like you're trying to work on something.
Well,
I'm like, what am I there? Like 4 mile an hour down.
Yeah.
Trying to do something.
Yeah, but to gain speed, you've actually got to swing it differently. But you don't always want speed with irons.
Yeah, we spoke about this, haven't we? About the body turning, working better
because the club's more stable.
Yeah.
Just hang on. The only other side of all this is you're actually.
See, I do this. I get overexcited. Yeah, and I just want to hit another one.
I know. Well, think about it quickly because you're a moron.
Don't argue.
No, but you can teach yourself with this now.
Yeah. Well, if it's Daily Trackman.
Well, it's called Crackman now for a reason because it's got a massive crack in it. But yeah, you're not trying to hit it straight. You very rarely try and hit it straight.
You've said you think I play better when I.
When you try and hit it, not try and hit a shape, but when your eyes see a shape relative to the hole that's in front of you, you hit a much better golf shot.
Yeah.
You sometimes try and hit a draw because you feel like you've got to hit a draw into this hole or a fade into this one. Sometimes you feel it and it's completely opposite.
Yeah.
So you've got to commit to the shot you can see and feel.
You got to hit the shot you can rather than one you think you should.
Yeah. So with that on a golf course, all these numbers will change all the time.
Yeah.
All you're trying to do in here, just for half an hour, whatever it is just work. And this is very, very complex. Granted, yeah, totally get that. But you're actually working at your basics. Your basic, almost having that tick over. This is what I do. So when I go too far one way, I've got relative information to bring me back to centre. I've gone too far the other way now, I've come back to centre. you can always find that centre. And then on the days when you're warming up, well, I'm passing a bit further left, I'll just hold the face a bit more, hit a little fade. A bit under it today, a little bit behind, body's a bit slow and tired. I'll just make sure the hands do the rest of the work for me. And that's what you're doing, rather than you going, oh, I need to get this perfect, Just golf isn't perfect.
Felt it go forward down with the hips a bit, you know.
So go on, call your numbers.
I think the swing direction will be a bit right.
Club path will be a bit right.
Yeah. Club path 1.8 right, swing direction 1 left. Actually, it's not bad numbers, is it? It's better. Again, attack angle 5.4 down, swing direction 1 left, club path 1.8. So it all matches up again.
It's on the arc.
So because the minus 5.4, that swing direction is like 1 point, what would we want that to? We want that 2.7. So it's 1.7 out, but club path 1.8 to the right. Wow. And so a bit little draw. And it's bang on line again. Wasn't a good strike, but
all it does is, if they all match up, it just gives you a better chance.
Because on the golf course, you don't see that.
No.
You can hit good shots and not make a perfect swing. Or not make a perfect swing for what you're trying to achieve, I suppose. A little bit heavy again. Everything's just dead straight.
So down the line. Go on, call it again then.
I think those numbers are good, to be honest. They've got it heavy.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, they are. -4 attack angle and -1.2 swing direction. I mean, look at club path 0.4 face off 0.2.
So you'd add that onto that, it goes to 1.6. So it's, you know, it's roughly half of the end of the attack. And again, we're talking about point something of a degree.
Yeah. Bit left, that'll turn over. Turn over, it's like 10 foot left. And that's I can feel that straight away. So the club face, I've just got it released, over released. Club path 0.0, face to path -1.4. It's just literally club face. Attack angle -4, swing direction 2.6. Got a bit overactive with the hands.
So the
hips didn't quite open quite enough.
Yeah, but you're being nitpicky now, and you're going to hit that shot on the golf course, guaranteed.
Well,
if you hit that shot on the golf course, you're going to be made up.
Yeah,
you got 15 foot for birdie from 160. Well, 170, sorry. But what it's showing is your body's working well. The bits with the hands and the club face, it's golf, that's sport, that's high level sport. You'll have good days and bad days with that, you can't do much about it. All you're doing is trying to load the dice in your favour that you can do it more often than not.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like we're working for perfection, but it's not. This actually is giving me confidence because I know it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 0.0, 0.0.
As long as things, and you'll see it a lot on social media, matchups.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all about matching up your tendencies to give you a result, basically.
I can see how that gives me so much inconsistency.
Yeah.
And look, it's not. I've been playing nicely. I've been striking it good. But in terms of getting the stability and consistency under pressure, I'm not going to be able to time a flip.
Do you ever side with the flip, and like you say, that body move then, when you flip it,
Yeah.
we talked ages ago, didn't you, about not having enough angle of attack.
Yeah.
So if you think about what you do there, if you go towards it and flip it, you can't put any pressure on it, the club goes back up and out the ground too quick. So there's no angle of attack, there's no compression on the golf ball.
That can go.
Yeah, exactly, but look how much you hold in the face.
Yeah.
So now your launch angle is always going to be a bit more consistent, you're going to have a bit more consistent spin on it. So not only are you going to hit it straighter, but your distance control is going to be better.
Well, what if we go here now? I'm going to go way left swing direction.
Yeah.
Feel it miles left for swing direction.
Okay.
I'm just going to hold on to the face.
Okay.
Hold on to the face a bit too much. Club face will be open. But swing direction wasn't. Club path 2.
That's because the shaft plane.
Yeah, didn't open up my hips again.
So where you feel like you're going to go left really hard like that, If the shaft plane's still too steep, it'll give that impression.
Okay.
So what?
That way.
So yeah. So you feeling like you swing it left. So go on, do that again. If you swing it left, from back here. If you swing it left with the high hands,
yeah,
you're going to have a very different impression. Go on, bring it back. So if you just get your hands lower,
yeah,
go on, get your hands lower. If you get your hands lower, that'll give you a more left swing direction.
Oh yeah, but club is still right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, see what you mean. Fat, but it'll be dead straight. Yeah, it's very fat, but it's dead straight.
Very, very straight.
Oh wow.
It's just because you fatted it. So it's not because you fat. So if you think about where you fatted it,
Yeah.
it's effectively you've hit the ground too far behind the ball and too early on the arc. So you've hit where you've made contact is too far behind the ball. So if you think about an arc, he's hit it too far before the ball. He's hit it on this part of the arc, which is a right start. Which is why he's got his numbers there. Cheers, phone.
Turn that off. Turn that off.
Good.
Sorry.
But you're not trying to go too far with it. You're trying to just.
We'll just finish on that.
I'm going for a beer.
Yeah, we'll just finish on that. Because that's -5 attack angle, swing direction -2.3, club path 1.0, face to path 0.9 left.
Just before I go for a beer, I've got one last thing to add, Club.
Oh wow.
This is why it's really important if you're going to use one of these, make sure you get your lies checked correctly on your golf clubs. So a lot of this is worked out by the spin axis of the golf ball. Now, the spin axis, obviously, if it's spinning in a straight line, all good and well. If it's spinning on its not on its true axis, that's what's giving a lot of the reading. So if your golf club is too upright or too flat or whatever, effectively you're going to change the spin axis just by having your golf club not in the right place. So if you're going to use one of these, first port of call, make sure these are loft and lied correctly, especially the lie. That is the most important thing if you're going to start using launch monitors.
So much wisdom.
Too much
I've just
wisdom.
got one
I've got the
finish.
glasses on. I've got the glasses on.
I need a normal.
Why? You've just.
No, I'm not hitting a shot. I just need. It's like me sign off now. You have to say thanks for watching. You do the next bit.
See you next Tuesday.
And then I just like not bother to just hit it. And then you volley it. And then you just get the old glove slam. And then you just throw that down and you get out. Thanks.
Well, you're in a bush.
Yep, let's go.
So it's into that thigh but with turning that hip, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's into that thigh,
Yeah.
almost feel like the toes are up,
Yeah.
and then open up at it.
Yeah. Oh, straight on that. Yo. Goes a little bit on the outside, no way back, man. Make getting into that heel a bit easy. That half shank.